Who should be in the new Avengers team? So recently, there has been a list reported of the current slate of the Avengers for the next Avengers movie, Avengers 5, previously titled Avengers King Dynasty. So, this list is it's a fine slate, but I don't think it screams Avengers to me. To me, the Avengers is like the grand, like these guys run the show, and these characters seem to just. I don't think they'll sell tickets like Iron Man, Captain America, the OG Avengers would be. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my list of who I would like to show up in Avengers 5 and who I would want to be a part of the Avengers team, the new Avengers. So this list is my list. I am entitled to this list, and you may agree with me or disagree with me. So I'm going to start off with the honorable mentions, like the list of honorable mentioned characters. So what I mean by that is these are characters I would like to see in Avengers 5. Some of them I'm like the bottom of the list, I'll be fine if they show up, but I'll get to that when I get to that. So as the more I go, these are the characters I want to actually show up. And I'll give you my reasons why I want them there or why I don't really care if they're there. Let's get started with the honorable mentions. So, we have not seen their movie yet. It's been delayed to heck. We don't even know the casting yet. Everyone in Hollywood, like, heck, I'm pretty sure my unborn child's been rumored to be in the movie. The Fantastic Four. So, I'm putting them in last place because, like, I would be fine if they show up. Their movie does come out next year. But I would prefer Avengers 5 to be more Avengers-centric rather than bringing in another team. Like how Avengers Infinity War brought in the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was done really well. But I personally want, like, is currently no Avengers team right now. We don't know who the current roster is or the current slate. And I would want them to sort of focus on that instead of bringing in a whole nother team. Because with Avengers Secret Wars also on the slate of movies that's to come, I'm expecting everyone to show up. I'm expecting just every single MCU character to show up and more. So, if the Fantastic Four does show up in Avengers 5, I would be okay with it, but I would rather they don't show up. But again, either way, I don't care. Next person is She-Hulk. She-Hulk, I'm not a big fan of her show. I do like the character, and I'm happy she's a part of the MCU. And I personally am iffy. It would just depend on how she is in the movie, like how she's written. That's how it would really work for me if I want her in the movie. If she is a part of the Avengers, that's fine for me, as long as they do it well. But other than that, if she's in the movie, I will not be upset either way. Next person, Blade. I'm only really saying this on MCU updated bias, I guess. That's a horrible terminology. But essentially, Blade's movie is coming out next year, supposedly, hopefully, finally. And I would love to see a main character of his own movie a part of a big Infinity War level movie, like I am anticipating Avengers 5 to be. So I think it'd be cool to have Blade in the movie. I hope his movie does well, but I don't know if there's any hints of him showing up in Avengers 5, but I personally hope he does. I think he'll be a cool character, but at the same time, if he doesn't show up, oh well, see you in Secret Wars. Next person on my list, I am anticipating him to show up, whether he's a part of the Avengers or just the Nick Fury. That is Wong. Wong has been sort of like the big cameo presence of Phase 4, I mean. Like, he's in a lot of things. He's in Multiverse of Madness, which is expected. He is in Shang-Chi. He's in She-Hulk. Is he in anything else? I don't know. He's been all over the place in Phase 4. So I'm highly anticipating him to show up. I don't know if he'd be a part of the Avengers, like what the slate that was announced said. But if he's a part of the Avengers in place of like Doctor Strange or something, okay. But I anticipate him to be in the movie, and I would, if he's not in the movie, darn. I mean, he's a good. I like Benedict Wong. He's a good actor, and I like Wong as a character. But if he's not in the movie, he's not in the movie. All right. The next few people I would love to see in the movie, and that is Deadpool. Deadpool, he's getting his movie later this year. I'm super excited for it. It's my most anticipated movie of 24, especially for action movies. So, if they are going to focus more, if they are going to stay focused on Kang the Conqueror, I know the Jonathan Majors situation. Like, if they decide to recast him or not, like, I think it would be cool if they brought in Deadpool for the movie, not as an Avenger, but as like a helping hand to sort of fight this threat. I think it would be a very cool opportunity. It'd just be so interesting to see a character like Deadpool show up with the Avengers, who has always been so serious and like had the most like insane, impactful movies, pretty much. Like any movie with the Avengers, always like there was always such a big tone to it, and it'd be so interesting to see what Deadpool would have along with that. I'd love to see him in the movie, but if he showed up as a cameo, oh well. But I would love to see him in the movie. The next person I'm going to say is Loki. I have not finished season 2 yet, but I think it would be cool to have Loki in the movie, because if it is dealing with the multiverse, I know Loki has a big part to play in the multiverse. So for that reason alone, I would love to see him in there. And then one of the other characters, I'm going to just spoil it. Spoiler alert, Thor's on the list. It would be so great to see those two interact with each other. I would love to see that. How Thor would handle it and how Loki would handle it, pretty much. That'd be insane to me. The next person is Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, she is a fascinating character. I love Iman Vellani in the role. That was just perfect casting for me personally. She has done a fantastic job in the Marvels. She's one of my favorite parts. And spoiler alert for the Marvels, she is setting up the Young Avengers. I do not expect, quite frankly, don't really want the Young Avengers to show up in Avengers 5, because I want it to be more Avengers-centric. I would love it if Iman Vellani's Miss Marvel was in the role, though, in the movie. Especially, like, I've heard a lot of theories that, like, her bangle, the 10 rings, all of that, like, is connected to Kang, who is supposed to be the big bad. I don't know what's going on with that now, currently, for if they're going to recast him or not. If she's one of those characters who has the MacGuffin, such as, like, how Doctor Strange had the Time Stone for Thanos, I think it would be important to have her in the movie. I don't want her to just be a plot device for a character to get the bangle, but I would love to see her in the movie, because she's just a fun character, and I can just see her geeking out amongst the Avengers and all those superheroes that are on screen. Okay, this one should have been lower on the list because it's really dependent for me. The next character is Moon Knight. Okay, I would love to see Moon Knight in this movie if he gets a season 2 or a second season. I like where his first season ended off, but I feel if we just watch entire season 1 of Moon Knight and then go to Avengers 5 and just he's back without really explanation, because like if you watch Moon Knight, you know how it ends, but I want to see more of Moon Knight before he is in an Avengers level movie, because I need more context to the character, even though he's had a great show, a phenomenal run, and they need to establish more with Jake Lockley and Mark and Steven. And I think if they do a second season to establish the three of them and do more with Moon Knight, I think it'd be great to see him in the movie. The next one is Daredevil. Daredevil has been sprinkled within the MCU, and it's just been revealed that the Netflix shows are officially canon, to the MCU. Hooray. So I think it's been enough time now. I think Charlie Cox deserves to have his iteration of Daredevil on the big screen, and I would love to see him team up with the Avengers in Avengers 5. He's such a great character, and I would love to see him in the movie. So that brings me to the last honorable mention, and it's Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man, like, okay, so spoiler alert for No Way Home, everyone forgets who he is. Spider-Man is basically like he's out on his own. I would love to see him working like he's like operating by himself, and the Avengers need an extra hand, and Spider-Man's there because they don't remember who he is. They just like they know Spider-Man was there in the final battle, but they don't know who the guy under the mask is, Peter Parker. So I think it would be great if he showed up in Avengers 5, which I am definitely expecting. I just know he's going to be in that movie, and I heard he's been rumored to be a lead role in the movie, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so let's actually start with the Avengers team, who I would want to be a part of the Avengers. So this is very similar to what the honorable mentions will be. Some of the characters who are lower on the list have this. I need some more context to sort of feed into why they should be a part of the Avengers. All right, so for the first Avenger, I think War Machine would be an excellent part of the Avengers because, like, he's Iron Man's best friend, and I think he's a great character. But I don't know if every one of you guys have watched Secret Invasion. I need more context. I think Armor Wars should come out first before I think he should be a part of the Avengers. Because I've heard a lot of like, oh, he was kidnapped and became a Skrull after the events of Civil War. So he doesn't remember Infinity War, Endgame, or anything after that. So I think that needs to be established more. And it'll be a good reason, like figure out a good reason why he should still be a part of the Avengers. I think War Machine's an excellent character. I also think if he was a Skrull the entire time, actually I don't even know anymore. I just think Armor Wars should come out before Avengers 5 in order for him to be a great candidate for the list. He'd be higher up on my list if I see Armor Wars. The next person is Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is a great character. I think he's a fantastic person. Fantastic casting. Also, I think I'm sure he'll like either forget Doctor Strange 3 or he comes in at Avengers 5. I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty good for the role. I don't know if he's going to be like, if they do a Doctor Strange 3, if he's going to be like jumping dimensions or anything, or the whole stopping an incursion happens off screen or not. I personally hope it doesn't, but I want to see more of Doctor Strange in like establish more of like what he's doing and have him be a part of the Avengers. I get Doctor Strange is always a busy guy. He was like sort of like the outsider who's helping aid the Avengers in the Battle of Thanos in Infinity War. And that's just sort of the role he's had. He's just like sort of his own guy. And if they want to keep him that way, like, I mean, that's fine for me. And yeah. All right. Doctor Strange will definitely be a great part in the list. So the next person is Star-Lord. This one, I would love to see him. I think he'd be a great part of the Avengers. It would be such a different thing because it's like it would change up the status quo pretty much because I'm so used to him being the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So maybe it would just be so interesting to see him like where he's not the leader of the Avengers. It's like I don't know if he'll be a part of the Avengers or not. It would be cool to see him, but part of me does not expect it, but I would love to see him in the Avengers. That'd be super cool. And it would connect more of the cosmic side to the Avengers, which would also be pretty cool. The next person is Hulk. I would love I would love for Hulk to go savage again. I would love to see like a Hulk movie beforehand because I think Hulk is a great character, but I feel like there needs to be more to. They need to add more fluff to the. You get it. I think the Hulk just. I think he could use his own movie, and it would help out a lot. So he's a great character, and I personally would prefer him to go Savage again. But if they decide to replace the Avengers as Hulk for She-Hulk, alrighty. I would love to see Hulk though in the movie, but if he's not in it, that's fine. Um, the next last bit of characters are the people who I absolutely want in Avengers 5 to be a part of the Avengers. They count as one for this, but the Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Ant-Man and the Wasp, yes, they just had their third movie last year, and it's not the best movie in the world, but it does set up Kang Dynasty. I don't know if that's still what they're going for. I have to keep saying that because there's so much like what ifs in the situation. But I think they are they are Avengers. Ant-Man is an Avenger, same with Wasp. Their dynamic is amazing, and they didn't show that much in the movie or in Quantumania, I should mean. But I think it would be great to have them in a part of the Avengers 5, especially if they are still continuing with the Kang Dynasty. I don't know, but either way, I'd love to have them a part of the team. The next one is Black Panther, Shuri. I love her movie. I know it's mixed. Ow. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. I cut my toe. Okay. The next one on the list, I think, is should be Black Panther's Shuri. So, I love Wakanda Forever. It is a fantastic movie, in my opinion, and I know it's sort of mixed, but I think she is prime Avengers level material. I when I say they had a really hard time with Wakanda Forever, and especially with Chadwick Boseman, rest his soul. They had to rewrite the script and everything, and they did it phenomenally. I loved the movie. They honored his legacy super well and respectfully. And I think by making Shuri a part of the Avengers, I think I would love to see her a part of the Avengers team because she's not the queen of Wakanda anymore, or she hasn't been. So I'm just it seemed like she passed that role on to M'Baku pretty much. So she's not really bound by by Wakanda's throne. And it would just be amazing to see her. She was amazing in the movie, and I want Black Panther a part of the Avengers team. Okay, so the next character is Thor. So it would just be great to see Thor again. He's an OG Avenger. You gotta have him. He's one of the best parts of Avengers movies. So he needs to be in this movie. Whether Thor 5 is a part of it, or if Thor 5 comes out beforehand or afterhand, either way, I would love to see Thor again. The next person on my list is Captain Marvel. Okay, so she's a very controversial character. Not many people like her movie. Not many people like Brie Larson, but after watching the Marvels, I've grown to like Captain Marvel as a character a bit more. And whether you like her or you don't, you have to admit she is a powerhouse of a character, which would make her an amazing member of the Avengers. So having her a part of the Avengers would just make sense, and I personally would like to see more of her. I think the Marvels personally got me to enjoy her more as a character. So I think she should be a part of the Avengers, and I'd be frankly surprised if she was not. It seems like she's staying back at Earth for a bit. I don't. She was able to come back after the Marvels, which was awesome. So yeah, I think Captain Marvel should be a part of the Avengers. The next person on my list is Shang-Chi. Now, he was one of the best. He had one of the best movies in Phase 5. Phase 4. So he had a really great movie. The story was amazing. I loved Shang-Chi's journey. And, at the end, they teased he's a part of the Avengers now, and I think that's a great choice. I loved the 10 rings, and I loved just his fighting. It was so cool to see, like a martial arts expert going at it, fighting. And I definitely want to see more of him, and I've been dying for more Shang-Chi content. I don't care if he's getting a sequel before or after Avengers 5. I want him a part of it. I'm super excited for more Shang-Chi. But the last person who I think should be the leader is, obviously, you guessed it, Captain America. I'm excited for his movie. By the time I'm making this video, his movie has not come out yet, but his show has, and the show's okay for me, but personally I think it would have been a great movie. But overall, I think him as a leader, he should be proven as a leader, and I'm excited for more Captain America. Sam Wilson as Captain America. I just am super excited for it, and I'm excited to see where he goes as a leader of the Avengers, because I guarantee he's the leader. like we know how great of a hero Captain America, Steve Rogers Captain America was, and I'm excited to see Sam Wilson be his own leader and his own Captain America, and I'm super excited for that for Avengers 5. So that's all the characters I would love to see in Avengers 5. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, please let me know. If you like my list, tell me, or if you have a list of your own, please comment that down below. That'd be a fun conversation to have. I'm super excited for more Marvel. We're only getting a few things this year and only one movie, which is insane. So, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys like the video, as always, you can give it a thumbs up, and if I've earned your subscribe. That'd be awesome. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a video, please hit the bell icon. It helps you guys know whenever I upload. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.